Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do.
Good morning, Arya. Good morning. Did you have any cool dreams? Sure. Good morning. Good morning. Come on. Say hi. Hi guys! So for this video, I'm going to be sharing with you an actual homeschooling session that I had with the kids, with both Asher and Arya, together for language arts. I hope that you'd be able to get some ideas on how to make homeschooling actually work for you. Okay, so I'll read the introduction and then you can start with chapter 12 of Genesis, alright? Okay. The call of Abraham. After God confuses their language at Babel, the peoples of the world scattered north, south, east. So we always start our lesson with Bible. And for Bible, I use this Bible book I have here for kids, which is an illustrated Bible, or I would use this Devo for my kids. So it's a really good Devo, and it has very simple, it has a verse and then some simple ideas about the verse. So it really helps to get the kids to open their own Bible. So they have their own Bibles, a small Bible where they can go to the specific verse and actually read through that. Sometimes if we're tackling a specific Bible story, I may ask them to actually open up their own Bibles in specific verses that actually align to the story that we're reading. So in the session that you'll see later, you'll see Asher actually reading through some verses in Genesis. So currently for Bible, we've already tackled the creation story, the story of Noah, as well as the Tower of Babel, and we're in the lesson that you'll see is actually moving towards the start of the story of Abraham. God makes a promise to him, and Abraham accepts. Okay. Can you try to read Genesis 12?
The Lord said to Abraham,
N-E-S. Descendants. See? It's silent C. Only silent C. Can you try to read it again?
descendants.
No, slowly. Can you read it slowly while you're looking at the word?
Descendants.
There. Descendants. Can you tell me what descendants mean?
Descendants mean children of the children and the children and the children and the children and the children.
Another thing we do during this first part of the lesson, we also do memory verses. So I just prepare like an index card with the memory verse that we are taking up. So for example, we are taking up Psalm 23 and trying to memorize through those verses. And I just simply read through the verses and ask them to join me for any parts of it that they are already familiar with. So it's just that simple. And we normally end that Bible time with a short prayer. So sometimes I ask each of the children to have their own prayer. And then I just close the prayer, and then we start our actual formal lessons for language arts. Lord,
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in grass. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. Guides me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake.
So for Asher's language arts, I actually use a few things throughout the lesson. So one of the things I use is this big book of beginners books. So it has very simple readers stories, but it's pretty long stories. So we need to read it through a number of days before we can actually complete the whole story.
I can put them on the zoo. On the zoo. And I can put them on my spots on you.
Wow.
I can put it everywhere.
I'll go to the next page. Really nice, simple stories that Asher can actually read through. So he reads through this, and as he's reading, I actually make sure that I pay good attention on what words he has difficulty reading. So when I find that he has a word that he finds difficult to read, I actually write it down in a pad paper, so something like this. So here, so for example, while he's reading and I'm trying to correct him if he has anything, he read anything wrong, I write it down right here, and from there I come up with ideas on how to get him to practice these specific words. So I can possibly ask him to do a copy work on the words, right? Or I can just ask him to actually read the words again after he's read the portion of the story that he is reading for that day, until the point that he's actually more familiar with the words. Now, there are certain words that though we repeat it, like try to practice it, I find that he is having trouble with it many times. So those words I take note of. I just put like an asterisk, and that helps me come up with new ideas on how to incorporate those words in other parts of the lesson. Another thing that I use now for our language arts is this book. So this book was actually given to me by one of my good friends, Mikay. Thank you, Mikay. So I found it really helpful because it kind of goes into more of the grammar. So some moms or some homeschooling moms are more on the Charlotte Mason method, which is they use living books. So on my case, I want to use a combination of both living books as well as actual textbooks, which are helpful to kind of break down certain ideas and make it more organized in the child's mind. I mean, for me and for Asher, I think it works well because it helps me reinforce certain principles that I want him to know as a foundation while he's reading certain stories, or maybe as he starts to learn how to write his own sentences or his own stories, right? So this is very helpful. It has gives you a good background on what the lesson should be about. So for example, for now we're starting to work on sentences. So from there I can teach him like what is a sentence, what are some of the types of sentences, what does a sentence structure look like, and there are activities that go with it, which is really good. So far we're liking this curriculum to be part of our language arts lessons. So during that time, so what I do is aside from using the activities here, I also prepare some other activities I get from other books or activities. So since I'm homeschooling 2 kids, there will be parts of the lesson that I would like it to be more of an independent activity. So that would normally be the time when I can move over to the other kid. Like for example, from Asher, I can move to having more of a one-on-one session with Arya, and during that time Asher can actually work on activities independently. So this is another book that I'm actually using for some independent activity for language. It has really good worksheets that's helpful to kind of reinforce certain vocabulary and certain spelling of words. Another thing that I can do that is also an independent activity for Asher for language arts is actual copy work. So it can be as simple as if I would like him to know the spelling of certain items or certain words. For example, you have the days of the weeks. I just ask him to copy the days of the week, and with that, the spelling of those words will be reinforced within him. And then it also may be asking him to do like a copy work of the memory verse that we have. So, for example, since we're doing Psalm 23, I would ask him to copy just like one verse of Psalm 23, and then he would go through that. And that would also be an independent work that he can work on while I am having lessons with actual one-on-one sessions or lessons with Arya. So yeah, so I also have like this folder where, because the books, right, there's these books you can actually, or these worksheets you can actually use for multiple kids. And since you know, just for practicality's sake, I'd like to still be able to use this for Arya easily. So I would sometimes just copy the pages that I think would be relevant to the lesson that we're having, and then I just put it into like a folder like this, so it's already binded up together, right? And you can actually see what is the next. So if, for example, he's working on this specific activity, and I would tell him, you just work on all the pages that I have there for you, and you can just ask me questions if there's something that you don't understand. So that this really works well for me, because I can put in like different worksheets from different books into one folder, and he can just go through the pages in the same folder, right? Instead of having multiple books. Okay, what day of the week is it today?
Monday.
Monday. Oh, you're right, Monday. Okay, just wait. I'm just checking Asher. Alright. Alright. Good job, Asher. Now you have to write your sentence. Just one sentence. Any sentence that you feel like writing. Can be something that you're thankful for, something that you want to tell God, something you're happy about, something you want. If you have a question, you can also write a question. Okay? Another thing that I've started for Asher, like similar to copy work, this time it's more of like a notebooking, right? So in this notebook, I actually have like the calendar wherein he can just every day he'll just put a check on the current day, and then he can write the date of the date, and then the day of the week, and then he can just write a sentence that he's come up on his own. Like I can just ask him any sentence, anything that he would like to write down, since we are practicing creating sentences, and then he can just have his drawing underneath. So that's another thing that I've started to incorporate into our language arts lesson. So I don't do it every day. So it's just one of the things that I do on rotation together with all the other materials that I'm using, like the other worksheets, right? This is another independent activity that we can work on. Something else to consider when homeschooling two kids at the same time is making sure that they have their separate area where they can focus on their work. So this is just to remove any distractions, because if you have two kids all together, they usually get interested with each other's work, and since they're not working on the same thing, it's actually going to cause more delay for you. So having that separate space for each one to focus would make the homeschooling lesson flow through much smoother. Another thing is, of course, combining them, the kids, for certain parts of the lesson. Like if you're just doing a read aloud for that specific lesson and it's actually relevant for both the kids, it would be helpful to combine them and have a space. So similar to what I have here, it's actually just a mat where you have the books right there and you can do read alouds in this mat together. And another thing that I've recently incorporated, which actually works well, is when Asher does his reading, like of this book, like it's a simple story, I would ask Arya to be with us and she can actually listen through the story. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 thing, right? So Asher learning how to read and Arya having a read aloud story to work with.
Where are we?
Here in our book, let's check. Are you done with your activity, Asher?
Where are we now? Oh, there's a eraser.
Oh, here's your eraser. Okay, we're now here. Let's see what page are we on. So now for Arya, I also use a couple of things for language arts. So this is one of the books that I'm actually using for language arts for Arya. And we're just going through the pages, page by page. It's pretty good in terms of going through the different letters. It has like exercises on how to write and trace those letters. Goes through colors, different lines. So yeah, this is kind of how that looks like. We're done. Okay. And we are in this page.
What?
Wow, you're done with this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what page are we? We're in page 48. Okay,
And then what does it say?
let's read. Put an X on the picture that is different.
Oh, like the other one. I
Yes.
have so many like this.
Yeah, oh,
I
you
need a
choose.
pencil.
You want the pencil here. Okay, you put an X on the picture that's different from each row. What are these? Umbrellas. Why is this different?
Because it's shut.
It's shut. And then these are
Open.
okay. Can you try to make an X on it?
How about the symbol instead?
No, it says in the direction. Look, it says put and what's this?
X.
X. So you have to follow the instructions so that you
How
can get
about
a
the
star.
cross?
A cross kind of looks like an X. So yeah, I guess if it's easier for you.
Easy. I only know how to write the Jesus cross.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So we would do like around 1 to 3 pages of this, depending on like how interested Arya is on taking on the next activities. And then after this, we would move to Bob Books reading kit. So this is something that my aunt from the US, she actually lives in Hawaii. Hi, Tita Kaytee. She gave us this curriculum. I wasn't able to use it for Asher. It didn't really work so well for him. But I'm seeing that it really works for Arya. She really likes the simple, because it has like really simple readers for beginners. Like this is the first reader. Yeah, this is the first reader. Very, very simple, because my Arya just is still 3 years old. She's turning 4 in a few weeks. But this works for her. Like, it's really simple. Like, one word, Matt. And Matt, Sat, Sam. So it's a really good curriculum. It goes progressively through all the different letter sounds, going through that. So this one, for example, this reader, it goes through the letter sounds M-A-T-S, right? And it gives you very simple words for each page, but still has kind of a story to it, right? And when she finishes this whole book, she's like, oh, you finished your first book, good job, right? And then with that, this actually, the readers come with an activity workbook, and it actually comes with, for each book that she finishes, the next part of it is really going through the activities that kind of reinforces on what they've learned or what we're trying to have them learn in the reader books. So it's really good. There's a few pages for each book. So you'll see this in the video that I have on how we're actually going through these.
Mommy?
Yes?
Which one is this one?
Okay, can you read it?
Sam. What number is this?
Okay, what letter are you supposed to put in the box?
Small.
Small letter.
Because it's not a name.
Okay. But what letter?
It's S.
S. Okay, then put the letter S.
See? Sam.
That's right. Oh, put the letter S. Small letter S. Get it. Out. Is that an S? No. Is it that S? Are you sure? Are you going to put a big letter S or a small letter S? Oh, okay, small.
Small.
Is that small? Can I check? I think this is a big letter S.
Why?
Or it looks like a big letter S. Is it the same? It's a big letter S. We need a small S. Can you look for a small S? There you go. That's a small S.
Where did the other small S go?
Oh, maybe I'll check there. Yeah. Did you put glue now there? Oh, good job. So what does it say?
Sam
sat. Okay, next one. This one.
Ma sat on Sam.
Sam. Okay.
So what?
So what letters should you put there?
Ma sat on Sam. Ma sat on Sam.
Yeah.
Sam. So big letter.
Why is it a big letter S?
It's a name.
It's a name. That's right. You can. By the way, for the Bob books, it also comes with these flashcards. So it helps the child kind of practice the words that they are learning in the books. So yeah, but I don't use this so much. I focus more on the book and the worksheets. Maybe as we progress, maybe as we go through harder words, this would come in handy. So my goal really in homeschooling is how to make it simple, manageable, and aligned to our purpose for homeschooling the kids, which is really to build really strong relationships with them, as well as to build really good foundations on habits, on certain principles, on truths that will help them navigate through life. So the core of it all, foundationally wise, principles of loving God and loving others, really is where we want to be able to focus our homeschooling. Now, I am planning to share more homeschooling videos with you guys that's kind of going to help you look for ways to make homeschooling work while you're juggling with other things. Because I myself am actually working from home full-time. So during this situation, most of us are actually working from home. So I am very blessed that I am able to work from home now with this situation. And at the same time, I need to juggle that, right? With how am I going to juggle it while I'm homeschooling the kids? And I wanted to share like my own journey that may also be helpful for a lot of you who are also doing the same thing. So if you guys are interested to know more about my homeschooling journey, to try to get some tips or so we can actually share ideas as well. Please do like, subscribe, and comment down below if there are specific topics that you're interested for me to tackle. So I'd like to end my vlog by sharing with you some verses from the Bible that actually help me be really sure about our decision on homeschooling the kids. So it's actually in Deuteronomy 12, 18 to 21. And I'll just read through it. So commit yourselves wholeheartedly to these words of mine. Tie them in your hands and wear them on your foreheads as reminders. Teach them to your children. Talk about them when you are home and when you are on the road, when you're going to bed, and when you're getting up. Write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates, so that as long as the sky remains above the earth, and your children may flourish in the land the Lord swore to give your ancestors. So, really help me understand God's command to actually teach these things to them as part of your lifestyle. So my understanding there is really making education part of your lifestyle and really founded on the words from God himself, which is here in the Bible. So being able to provide that Bible-based education to the kids as part of their lifestyle.
We're also making a video.
You are?
Yeah, look. We have a cell phone here. And then have our own cell.
If you guys are interested to watch more of my videos, you can click this video, which is more homeschool related. Or if you need more words of encouragement, you can click this video to actually know more of where my hope is coming from. Thank you for watching. Hope you can like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!